Hi, it's Robert1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. And I am one of that weird small percentage of players that have actually killed, a decent amount of commanders in Elite Dangerous. I play in open, I engage in PvP. And there are very few of us. The majority of players play this game in solo or private group. In fact, there are single private groups that are bigger than the open environment. Elite Dangerous for an MMO is a really weird one. The community is very divided. There's a lot of people who consider what I'm doing here, which is killing another player, because we kill members of CAPS, as being something that should be considered wrong and I should be outlawed for doing it. There doesn't a month go by where there isn't a post on the forum saying it's going to fix open by meaning if you attack other players you get totally reset. But there are already two modes that don't encourage PvP, solo and private group, and there's only one mode that actually allows PvP, which is open. And that mode specifically states that you might be attacked by other players. And one of my friends, Starry, recently contacted FDev and asked the question straight. If I murder everybody in open, am I considered a griefer? Can I just go around murdering people? And their response was pretty straight as well, which was, commanders who choose to play in open should be aware of the open PvP aspects of the game. If you wish to attack other commanders, it wouldn't be seen as griefing. So there we go. We can attack and kill other commanders. Now, I have no time for a certain type of person. I have no time for people who don't take responsibility for their actions. I mean, people who lie and try and weasel their way out of things, I have absolutely zero respect. I have way more respect for the person who admits the wrongdoing and apologises for it than I have for the weasel that won't even admit to the wrongdoing. Now, there's a reason I don't make many videos about combat loggers, is because A, the game's really unstable, so you're not 100% sure a lot of the time. 2, it's just not worth it. Nobody really cares. FDev clearly don't care. There's such a small percentage of the community that play in open, such a small percentage of the community that are affected by combat logging, that it just seems to be so far down the list of priorities. It's just been left to just carry on and carry on. Now, the two combat loggers featured in this video, they are both loggers, but please obviously don't witch hunt them or anything like that. I'm using them as examples. There are plenty of other people out there that combat log. These just happen to be two that happened recently. In both cases I messaged them. I always message and say combat logging is rude, and then I kind of see what the response is. This one did say he would come back and fight me and would show that he didn't combat log. He claimed that it was a disconnect, not a log. But from the way his ship behaved afterwards, it's very clearly not a disconnect and it was a log. But I'm quite happy to accept his word on that. He didn't turn up for the fight, which is a bit of a shame. If you're going to say you're going to, fight someone to prove you didn't log, then not showing up to the fight, it's kind of like, yeah, it didn't really work out. But I'll quite happily say this isn't a log, and give him the benefit of the doubt. If I see 10 more videos of him doing this, then I'm more likely to call it a log. Let's just say that, As to the other one, the other commander, he kind of, equated to what we were doing, or claiming what we were doing. I love the way he's judging what we were doing based on an interaction which lasted a millisecond because he pulled the plug. He's claiming that because we were being a nuisance in game and killing people at the CG, we were clearly in the wrong, so therefore he's fine and justified in pulling the plug in combat logging. Now, I can kind of see where he's coming from, but it's a kind of ridiculous argument because one is playing the game, one is cheating, and that for me is the big difference. I don't see the two things as being equal. I don't see the two things as being anywhere near close. You can go around and kill as many players as you like, but logging is cheating and it's a bannable offence. Wasting other people's time and being a nuisance. Well, I'm a pirate, I rob cargo, I sometimes kill people, and I did find it hilarious. This guy was like, I don't do power play, but he's pledged to Leon Rue, so I can kill him for that alone, because that's how power play works. He was like, I don't do power play, I only do it for the module. So you clicked on power play, you clicked on the bit where it said be warned other players of other factions may come after you while you're pledged to this power, and went yeah, click. You're accepting PvP by doing that. You know, if you don't want to engage in PvP, there is the private, group and solo options available to you. And if you don't want to be attacked while doing power play by other commanders who do power play, they're not going to know when you're registered for a power whether you're doing that power for the power or whether you're doing it for another different reason. I love the way we're the annoying scum, but he's the cheat. It's like, and nobody's gonna know when you've got power play tags on if you're doing power play for power play, whether you're doing it just for the module. They're just going to have to assume that you're doing power play because you're signed up and registered for a power. It doesn't say asterisk, this commander's only doing it for the module, please don't attack him because of power play. You know, and I messaged him. I do admit I don't like cheating. What can I say? You know, I'm fine with like people doing a lot of things. I don't like weasels, I don't like liars, and I don't like cheats. You know, that's simply it. I have respect for people who have the balls to actually say, you know what, I did something, it was wrong. But the people who we try and weasel out of things that they've done, or they just lie about things that they've done, I have absolutely no time for. Those are the sort of people with absolutely zero integrity, and they're not worth dealing with. Just avoid them is my bet. But this gentleman, let's say, he thinks that, you know, we're in the wrongs because we're killing extreme, you know, and I have extremist views because I don't like cheats, and it's not the Olympics. Yeah, it's just the game. Play the game, don't pull the plug. Put some shields on that cutter and learn how to high wake. I mean, you logged within 15 points of hull damage. You didn't even know what was going on. You just pulled the plug immediately. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching.